Hey guys, what is going on? Ben Prods here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about what happened to me very recently um, with an incident with the Cubs. But first, before I begin, today I just got back from work. It was night shift. Actually, it was pretty shit. But yeah, firstly, I want to talk to you about the gameplay I'm playing. It's in the back of this audio, it's a Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. I go ham in it. You guys need to watch it. It's very interesting, and I don't know. I've just decided to upload an old gameplay. But now let's get into the topic. So around 3 weeks ago, um, I had a commerce test on it. If no one knows what commerce is, it's sort of like business studies. If any of you do subjects like that, but yeah, it's like business studies. So yeah, on that day it was an assessment day, or in other words, a test. So I walk into the classroom with headphones wrapped around my neck, and I thought nothing of it. The teacher's like, take them off. I was like, nah, it's alright. Like, I'm not doing anything with them, just the usual banter. And yeah, this teacher's a big bitch, by the way, and soon you'll know why. So that was period 2 where I got caught up. A period after, I got called out of class by the head teacher of the business staff room, of the business study staff room. So, yeah, and she then informed me, oh, Ben, you're gonna get a 0. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what for? And she's like, oh, for having headphones, this, that. So I was like, what the fuck? And then she's like, come back to lunch and I'll tell you whether you got a 0 or not. So I went back to lunch after period 4, and the teacher's like, oh, Ben, you got a 0, this, that. Miss Mustafa is the one that I had for commerce. That's the one that, informed the head teacher about me getting a 0. She came out of the class, out of the staff room laughing, smiling, this, that. And as I had walked off, I was thinking, what the fuck can I do that would be revengeful and would satisfy me? And I thought of the perfect thing. I know where Miss Mustafa's car is, and I know what her car looks like. So I was like, I'm damaging her car. Like, I went ballistic. And as I walked off out of the staff room, I said to my head teacher and to my business studies teacher, I was like, I bet you take it up the asses, you fucking bitches. And they both gasped, like they were scared. Anyways, period 5 comes after lunch. I have PE, so I decide to go to the car park and damage her car by keying it with a pair of scissors. And I just walked off thinking nothing would happen. And that was on a Thursday where I keyed her car. The following morning, on the Friday morning, I went to my deputy principal asking if I could get an early leavers, because me and him have a really good teacher-student relationship. So yeah, I asked him if I could go get an early leavers because I wanted to go home early. Like, I couldn't be fucked in school. It was really messed up. As soon as I go into his office to ask him, he straight away asks me without me being able to get a word in. He's like, Ben, did you keep Miss Muska's car? I was like, oh no. And he's like, alright, we have some cameras in the car park, we'll check. I'm like, oh fuck. I'll quickly go over to the building and I see 2 cameras pointing to where her car was parked the previous day. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to fess up to this. And then he called me back in 10 minutes and was like, Ben, did you keep your car? I was like, oh yes, sir. This, that. And then he just says to me straight out, he's like, Ben, you fucked up. And I'm just thinking, no shit, you fucking fat fuck. Of course I fucked up, you fuckwit. Then he's like, but like, I still like him. He's a respectful bloke, stand-up guy. He's like, alright Ben, I'm just gonna tell the principal about this. You're obviously gonna have to pay the damages, but I will tell him that, like, to give you the shortest suspension possible. And as I had told my friends about the story and what happened that morning, they're like, you idiot, they're dubbing cameras. Fucking, you're an asshole, this time. I'm like, oh my fucking god. So I tried to take it back, but, like, but I wrote a statement saying I did it, I'm so dumb. And I tried to take it back, and he's like, "Oh, Ben, you told me you did it, this, that." I'm like, "I didn't do it, sir." And then on the Monday morning, after the weekend, I get called up into the principal's office, and the principal says, "Oh, Ben, we're gonna have to give you a 4-day suspension." I was like, "Oh, for what?" And he's like, "Oh, but saying for telling your teachers that they take it up the ass." I'm thinking, "Oh wow, like I wasn't expecting that." And the day you get suspended, you spend the whole day in the office. As I was sitting in the office, my deputy principal, he walked past. I'm like, "Oh, sir, how's it going?" He's like, "Oh, Ben, I'm just informing you that we have reported this matter to the police." And then I'm thinking, "Oh wow, what the fuck?" And I thought he was bullshitting because he bullshitted about the cameras. Tuesday morning, there's police officers right at my door saying that I need to go to the next day on the Wednesday to the local police station and report there. So yeah, report there to solve this matter. And my dad's thinking, what the fuck? And then my dad's like to me, "Oh, did you key the car?" I'm like, "No, Dad, it's bullshit. They're accusing me of it, this, that." And then he's like, "Alright." I go the next day. The office, constable, or whatever the fuck you want to call that ugly bitch. She says to me, "Oh, have you told your dad about this?" I'm like, "Nah." And then he's like, "Alright." She's like, "Oh, alright. Tell him now." And I'm like, "Oh, Dad, okay, okay." He's like, "You fucking idiot. You told me that you didn't care." This, that. And I'm thinking, and the lady, like, if you do an incident like this, or it's not even that big of an incident, I don't even know why you can't report it to the cops, but yeah, she then informed me that I had gotten a caution. If any of you don't know what a caution is, it's like an official warning. If you do the same thing twice, you have to go juvenile court, and to determine whether you go to juvie, some shit like that. And she's like to my dad, "Alright, your son has received a caution. He's gonna have to go to a conference meeting the following Thursday, the next Thursday, and yeah, he's gonna have to have a conference meeting with a senior officer to discuss the matter." And then my dad's like, "Oh, what are the costs for the car?" And the lady's like, $4,000. And I'm thinking, what costs $4,000? And then she's like, "The teacher reported that you had scratched her rear panel, her left bumper, her bumper, her left door, her boot, this, that." And I only scratched her right door. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? I didn't scratch that. And she's like, that's what she reported here." And then as soon as I got out of the police station, I got punched in the face. And then on the Thursday afternoon, I had to go to the school to have a resolution meeting for my 4-day suspension. And as soon as I get in there, the principal says to my dad, "Because your son vandalized that teacher's property, he's gonna have to receive a further long suspension." My dad asked, he's like, "Oh, how long is it?" And he's like, "Oh, 21 days. So up until now, and I still have 10 days remaining of it, I am suspended. I've been suspended for 3 weeks, and I'm still suspended." So, yeah, and then, yeah, I have to go back to school on the 4th of December. It's a pretty big incident, so I got in a lot of shit. Moral of the story, never confess. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Deuces.